Okay guys, so today we are making homemade chicken stock. So all your scraps that you normally throw away in the trash can, onion peels, the papers, this is what you use to make chicken stock, okay? This paper has plenty of vitamins in it still and has a lot of nutrients packed in there. This is leftover chicken that I made last night, so you'll need a chicken carcass. And this is gelatin. This is gelatin that came out of the chicken when I cooked it. This is packed with nutrients. This is very good for you and your body. So next we are going to add our carrot top. So these carrots I just picked from the garden, and instead of disposing of the carrot tops, we will use these in our chicken stock. So you just put this in there like that, and it's going to give off the carrot flavor. And when we get done with our chicken stock, we're going to strain it all, so all of this little bit of stuff you won't have to worry about. It'll get strained out at the end. Okay, next step, we're going to cover it with 2 quarts of water. Now this will cook down, so you just have to keep an eye on it and add water as necessary, but you don't want it super watery because a good broth is going to gel like I just showed you in the pan. Okay, now we're going to cover, pour in our 2 quarts of water. And this is going to be a really good stock, I can tell, because it's going to have a really good color from this chicken that I roasted last night. Okay, now we're going to add fresh thyme from the garden. This I picked a couple days ago and it's already drying, just to add a little bit more flavor. Just measure with your heart until your ancestors tell you to stop. There we go. Alright guys, we'll come back to this in a few hours and see what it's looking like. Okay, it has been officially 24 hours since we started our chicken stock. Now I've had this roaster oven on 250 the whole time, and as you can tell, we have this beautiful brown color. Now as this cools, like I said, you'll get that gelatinous. See all this on top? Looks like oil, but it is in fact the gelatin that's going to be in the chicken stock. So what we'll do now is take out the chicken carcass, our carrot tops, our onions. We'll get a mesh sifter, strainer, and strain it through. Now you can your chicken stock. I don't do so. I just put it in freezer containers and pop them in the freezer, and then whenever I need some chicken stock, I'll have some. So I'm going to bring you back after we've taken out all of the goodies and strained it, and when we're pouring it into our freezer containers. Here is everything that I took out. Now I'm just getting this small bits out of the broth, and like I said, we are going to be straining this as well. Now we're going to ladle our broth into a strainer, which is then going to go into this pot. I was just going to dump this, but this roaster pan is still very hot. So when we're putting it into our freezer jars, I will be back. Ready to get our broth into our containers. And these are freezer containers that I ordered on Amazon. If you don't have these on hand, you could also use Ziploc baggies, or like I said, you could can your broth. but I prefer to freeze. It's just more convenient for me, however. But it does take up freezer space, so if you're low on freezer space, you could do the canner. Okay, once I have these all filled, I'll bring you back. Okay, all of our freezer containers are full. Now, you could use this broth in a variety of ways. You could use it just to dump into a recipe. You can make soups with it. You could drink it if you wanted to. Like I said, it's very nutrient dense, has a lot of vitamins in it. And so I still have some left over. So what I'll do with this is save it tonight for dinner. So out of one chicken carcass from one meal, I roasted a chicken, I was able to do 3 things with that chicken. I was able to have it for the meal the first night when I roasted the chicken. I was able to make chicken stock, and now I am going to be able to make dinner for tonight and dinner for nights to come. So the freezer scraps, like I said, whenever you peel your onions, whenever you peel your carrots, some of you may not be able to have a garden, so you won't necessarily have the carrot tops, but you can use the peelings. And any kind of scraps, like you just pop them in your freezer. I have a container in my freezer. I just fill it up, add to it, or you can use a Ziploc baggie. And when it gets full, I make a thing of stock. Now, the next stock I will be making would be my beef stock. Beef stock's a little different because you have to take the beef bones and roast them, and it's a whole thing in itself. So if you like this video, I'll be posting another one on how to make bone stock shortly. Thank you.